Okay. Part 4. And last week felt like forever. So anyway, remember, we're trying to fix up the Asia boat ride and trying to get all the whirlpools closed up. And we're also trying to find Small Pete's ship's log to prove to the gremlins back at Gremlin Village that his boat crash was an accident. And we're still trying to return home. But yeah, jungle boat ride wasn't really much of anything. Paint this bridge right here. So look, the spatters are dressed like Asians or something because they got straw hats on. Instant death. Pushing him into the thinner. Okay, I just hit something by accident, but yeah, that makes these little two things pop out. Anyway. Where are the boats? Okay, there's a whirlpool around here somewhere, and that's why I need to fix this ride. Actually, it's not a whirlpool, it's just the fact that the boats aren't even moving at all. Some high power voltage right there. Alright. Well, I guess you were on a partner of Small Pete. I'll repair the boat ride for you. The boats will take you to the island, but not much farther. Don't stay on too long. There is some machinery over there, and I happen to know what it does. It controls something called a fire bridge. Curious name for a bridge. That is your key to escape here. The really tricky part is getting to the machinery. You're going to face some challenges there. So now we need to raise the fire bridge so we can get out of the boat ride. Anyway, let's go on over to the boats. 351. And, where's the boats coming from? Oh, there they are. Oh, there's a little step thing over there. I didn't realize that. This whole time I played this game, I did not realize that. Which is kind of pathetic, because keep in mind, this is like my 4th full playthrough. Actually, I'm working on my 4th, so that makes this the 5th. And it's not going to take you under the bridge. If you thin this whole area out, you can probably walk under there and find some nice stuff. We'll get there eventually, though. But this ride's being stubborn, so we're going to have to go out this way. Here. This thing is continuously moving with a bunch of dolls that you can bust up for 1 ticket each. And we now have 311 of these things. Looks like that whirlpool sank the boat you were on. I could fix it so you can reach the gears. But those gears behind the big wall are complicated. It's easier to just pay me to do it. Just because I'm free does not mean my riches. It helps require a small fee. No, I'm not going to pay Herman 100 e-tickets just to fix a whirlpool. That's like such a rip-off. Here, maybe turning the lights off will help the quality. Wait, that is just dumb. Why would I want to pay you 100 e-tickets? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to say, like I did the first time, First time I said no, this time I said no. I don't ask for free tickets for greed, but out of necessity. As I said, Mickey, this is dangerous work. Okay, I can do it myself. Alright, so now you want to start traveling this way if you don't decide to pay him, and since we have very little e-tickets, why would we want to pay him? I don't know what he says, of course, if you don't have 100 e-tickets. Anyway, you might want to paint that. Ah! Alright, you double jump over this. You'll see that you can't go on much farther, so you might as well drop down this gap right here. But like, now that I think about it, I think if you pay the... Actually, no, never mind. Look, this valve controls the steam vent. If you use your spin move, I bet you can shut it down. It's pretty old, though. Because of that, go ahead and do this in advance, and go ahead and thin this little fan. Go ahead and thin all this stuff. But there actually is one metal part of that, so be careful. Now let's go back and shut this thing off. Mickey, just shut the steam off over by the next valve. Hurry to it and you have like 10 seconds. And you got 10 more seconds to get over this one. And this one. And that door opened, and the whirlpool's gone. You fixed it right yourself. Now we can reach the machinery to raise the fire bridge. Ow. Okay, if you go out here, it's a shortcut to the boats. Screw the shortcut. I want to get what I came to this area for. This valve is now stuck. It's not going to turn anymore. Don't forget you can use a guardian by pointing your wheelman upright. Not like that helps anyway. Alright. Oh crud, why did I just do that? Ow. Ow! Stop! Okay, well, we make it back here, and I keep forgetting that we have to go this way. So that will piss you off. Taxi! And if you do want to get whatever was up there, simply just go back over to this bridge. Oh, but first... Oh, green e-ticket, that is worth 30. Alright, now, you want to go over here. This door is opened. Have all our health regained. Yeah! And make sure you do come over here at some point, because inside this chest is a bronze pin. Alright, where's the boat? It's coming along very slowly. Crud. Alright, let's be going. 7 down, 105 more pin. 7 down, 98 pins to go. Oh joy. Wait, how did I lose 2 things of health? But yeah, this is the machinery you want to go to. It's an overturned boat right here, and there is a... Oh, platform. Alright, I don't remember this being here, but since we're here, might as well take some e-tickets. Anyway, you want to paint these gears. Make your life easier to get up there. And you do have to paint them. For whatever reason, that one's not turning. Oh yeah, because this thing is connected to it. Ah! Okay, you want to stand on that lever, and that activates the fire bridge. You did it! Now you can reach the top of the temple. And that is quest completed. Raise the fire bridge. And that is why it's called the fire bridge, is because it's just a big old fire-breathing dragon. Pretty cool. You've reached the exit, but how does this door open? Try to gain up those levers on either side of the door. Yep, before we go, hop onto this thing. We'll come to these levers later, but I want to get over to that red area. There's a gremlin over there. Extra content unlocked. World of Gremlins number 2. Wait a minute. Isn't there supposed to be some magic carpet thing over here? Freefall! Batter. Sinking boat. Batter. And there is a sweeper above us. And yes, I told you we'd come to this little flower area, and we have. Spin this gear, and this door comes crashing down. Make sure you stop by here if you want this gremlin to be free. Ah, I'm glad to be free of that cage. Cramps one's legs, I can tell you. As thanks for freeing me, I'll rotate that platform so you can get to the top. Also, I'm going to fix the magic carpets. You can use them to reach those 2 levers across the river. You can just use those levers to get to our village. Hopefully, can help our comrades there too. Please let anyone who asks about me know that I'm okay. Gremlin Sam. Yeah. Sweeper. Yeah. Up. Looks like he just fell down there. I mean, there's nothing really you can do up here anyway, so. But if we go back down, ow. Bye-bye, Sleeper. Alright. We need to go. Wait for us, magic, carpet. Okay, I'm not gonna risk that jump. Paint this right here. It's gonna start up another carpet. And it'll dive into the thinner. Now we have to wait for this thing to come back down. Anyway, now we want to just hit those two levers. We did it! The door's opening. And yay, we can go into another cartoon. Cartoon number 2, Steamboat Willie, Part 1. This is the first one that is multiple scenes. It's divided into 3 parts, so this is Part 1 of 3. Cartoon 2, Steamboat Willie, Part 1. Now, in case you don't know, Steamboat Willie was actually Mickey Mouse's first cartoon. Whee! After Oswald, I'll explain about Oswald later, because the story will explain. Oh, don't follow him. But yeah, I've actually seen the cartoon, I just looked it up on YouTube. Yeah, the cow's gonna lift and raise at different points of time. Oh, and look. Puff. Puff. I'd rather not travel in the smokestacks, though. Anyway, the film reel for Steamboat Willie Part 1 is over here. So that's 2 out of 34. I mean, that's 2 down, 34 to go. And now we get to go inside the boat. This is the point of the cartoon where you're just delivering a bunch of stuff onto the boat from the docks. More to that later. There wasn't much to that, but hey. And this is the first black and white one you go through. Mickey and the Beanstalk was in color. And we are now, you can't go through there, we are now in Gremlin Village. Oh my gosh, Mickey, this is our village, but it's been attacked. Our wonderful village tower and windmill are ruined, pipes leaking everywhere. The pipes here are used to power the entire village. We've got to get them patched up. My house! What happened to it? That thinner is ruining my lovely house. Please save our village. Save Gus's house. But before we do that, let's go down here. See these doors? Actually, they're not working right now, but they will later on, I think. Come to think of it. Anyway, you see what has happened here? Small Pete was showing off and crashed his boat into our village. Pete says he didn't do it on purpose, but I don't believe him. He's been such a bully lately in the past, you know? Until I see evidence that it was really an accident, we gremlins will keep him out of the village. If you talk to him again... I'm standing guard right here. If I catch even a glimpse of Small Pete, I'll sound the alarm. And look, you can actually, like... destroy these houses because they might contain something inside them. Just make sure to paint it back up. And you can go inside them too. No, we don't need a health pip. Whoops. Anything in there? Yep. It's gonna make a little door open sound. E-ticket in that one. Fixing the pipes to the pump will allow us to get the windmill working again. Look, if you thin one of the cartoon characters, well, it doesn't work in Gremlins, so I'll just show you later. Oh, and look, all houses are the same. How boring. Okay, it does. So if you thin them enough, they're going to sink into the ground. Paint them back up. Oh, hush. Eh. First, what we want to do is we want to thin all this stuff. Wait. Actually, no. You need to paint all these loose pipes. Then, you want to go over here to this little master switch. All the pipes in the center of the village are patched up now. Nice work. Look for the valve controls. Spin them to turn them off. Well, before we do that, now that you've patched all the steam, these doors are going to work again. If you make it back here, you get the World of Gremlins 1 content. Just don't get crushed, or it's an automatic death. And you'll have to redo everything. Looks like you fixed it, now you can fix my house. And look, those rides are working again too. We can use them to get around the village. It's tricky, but I have confidence in you. It's an airplane ride and a magic carpet ride. Thank you for fixing this pipes. Can you fix the village tower as well? There's a pump there that can operate the gate. Fun fact, there's a way out of this village without opening that gate. But if you do that, then it's going to expire the quest. Either that or fail it. Fix the pipes to stop the thinner from destroying Gus's house, which we already did. And there's Gus himself right there. You did it, thank you so much. And you'll feel a little rumble in your Wii remote. I'll talk to the other gremlins. Everyone will know about what you've done for me here. We can go inside this house. Would you like to enter my humble household? And if you say no, I can show you my collection of gear some other time. Or he says, you're right, it's probably rather messy. And if you go in here, you get a bronze pin. And the sound's a bit muted at that point. Boy, I'm hungry right now. I always use the airplane ride, so let's just go with the flow here. The timing is tricky, but you should be able to make it. And there's the boat, and there's a bunch of gears in the thinner for whatever reason. Ah! Great, now we gotta go all the way around. Okay, remember what I told you with the gremlins? There were a bunch of little creatures in this Disney movie from the 40s. And then in the 80s, there was like a different one, not made by Walt Disney, called The Gremlins, of all things. And there was these little brown creatures that, like, it was this little cute little brown furball thing. And if you want to look it up, if you want to look that one up, just look up The Gremlins 1980s version, I guess. And if you want to look up the Disney one, look up The Gremlins 1940s version. 1945, actually. Okay, this is his boat. How did he even get it over here in the first place? I mean, look. We're like at the back of the village. Hit the switch, and the door opens. Note, Small Pete is just one version of the Pete. There's plenty others to come. 3 more, actually. No, there's no pin in here. Instead, it says ship's log. Captain's log. You have Small Pete's ship log. Now there's a gremlin over by the village tower, and if you give him the log before you show it to the guy right there, he's going to give you, like I said, there's a guy over by the village tower. If you give him the log before you give this other guy that I'm about to go to the log, he's going to give you the gremlin. He's going to give you the gremlin village pin. So if you want to go ahead and do what I did the first time and just give this guy the log and cancel the alarm, you'll have to get your gremlin village pin on your second playthrough. Oh, it says here in the log that the crash was an accident and Small Pete feels bad about it. I didn't know he had feelings. I'll let the other gremlins know it was all a misunderstanding. I'm seeing you in a whole new light. And he gives you 2 little paint guardians to go with that. There's a bunch of pins that, like, are determined by what you do. Like the, what am I thinking about? Okay, like, for example, for the second boss, there are 2 pins. One for defeating him, and one for using paint on him and redeeming him. Like, for example, if you defeat him with thinner, you're going to get the boss pin. And that means if you want to get the other one, you'd have to paint him instead on your second playthrough. There's a lot of pins in this game. There's a lot of pairs of pins in this game that whichever one you get is determined by what you do. So keep that in mind. I think one of these houses is supposed to have a green e-ticket in it. But which one? Oh, it's this one, but it's a silver ticket. Alright, if you don't want to ride the magic carpets, which I never really do, and make this jump, go ahead. There's a bunch of plants here. Thus, there's a bunch of e-tickets. Let's go in this last house. Get some extra paint. Yeah! Alright, if you thin this right here, nothing in there. So you showed the ship's log to Bennett? Well, now I can't show you the pin for it. I'd never be able to show my face around here if I did. Yeah, because if you talk to that guy before you give it to Bennett, then you'd get a pin for it, and I think it was the Gremlin Village pin. Anyway, this is where you want to go next. Get to the top of the village tower. It's fun up there, but don't fall. Okay, so let's see. This is part 4. Cartoon 3 of 36 is Clock Cleaners. And I'll see you next time as we travel to the top of Village Tower.